Alan Page, Leaning Tree, showing you my deer call today. This is a very unique deer call. I put a skull on the front of this one. I can put your name right here on top. And what's really nice about this call is it's adjustable. Just by sliding this little brass piece back and forth, I can make all the different sounds a deer makes. From a big buck, to immature buck, to doe, to fawn. What I like to do when I get out in the woods, I have a field right back here behind me that I hunt at Leaning Tree. And I have lots of woods around, so a lot of bucks will be laying out there when I go out to set up. So the first thing I do is a fawn distress call. So you pull your tube out. And that's the fawn set. Now I do mama calling back. And then I do like Big Daddy came in and broke them up, do a tendon grunt. If a big old buck sitting right nearby and he hears somebody messing with his girlfriend, he's gonna be busting through those woods. So that really works well. The best way to learn how to call a deer, because you know, be in the woods, I've been in the woods all my life, you don't hear them very often enough to really get good at calling. But you can go on the internet and look up deer calls, and it's the real sounds of real deer making the different calls. And you can find the different sounds and learn how to play your call. I want to do each one for you and let you hear each one. You can also change the tones totally by moving this. So I'm gonna pull it out. This is a big buck. See, that's a really deep grunt, and it carries really well. Now, if I push this back in, see how it gets deeper as it gets longer? So you can change your tone that way too, to whichever way you like. Immature buck would be a little less aggressive. Here's this a doe. And when you want a doe that's in heat, you just kind of elongate it. Instead of just blowing, go. Elongate that out. And then the fawn is just a simple short one. You want to pull in a doe, get you some meat, put it in the freezer. Fawn call does it every time. So if you want a beautiful deer call, look me up at Leaning Tree. That's how you use it. It's very simple. As you see this notch, all these different notches here. Furthest one out, big buck, immature buck, doe, fawn. You got them all right there. All right, this thing, and you know, if you get bored out there and you want to get the deer to dance in, you can play a little song for them. Alouette, might be a French deer. Anyway, get out there and do some hunting, get in the woods and use this grunt call. I tell you what, I use it, you know, all the time in the afternoons. It brings the deer out before it gets dark so you can get a good shot. It works great in the morning, works great in the middle of the day when they're in rut. And it's just one of my favorite calls of all time. I'm surprised I don't sell more of them because I don't think many people in North Carolina use grunt calls because they just put corn out and wait for them to come to the den. But I tell you what, I'm an interactive hunter. I like to make a little sound out there when I'm hunting. And another thing I do when I'm out there, I take my turkey call with me. And while I'm sitting there, then I'll just do a little clucking and a little bit of talking, you know, a little purring, and that will put the deer at ease. They think a turkey's sitting out in that field. They know it's safe to walk out. I do that, and then I'll pick up my call and maybe do a little grunt and do a doe call. Next thing you know, you got a deer. All right, Leany Tree. Having a good day. Now, make your day a great day. Tell somebody that you love, how much you love them. Make this world a better place. All right, we'll see you soon on Leany Tree.